Hey, welcome back to the channel, all right? So today's video is going to be a quick down and dirty video for fire, okay? So we know there's three things that we need for any fire to be successful, all right? There's going to be fuel, heat, and oxygen, all right? So when we are going and doing whatever it is that we are going to be doing, all right, whether it be bushcraft, survival, just trying to start a fire at a campsite kind of deal, let's talk ways to start that fire, all right? So the first one that everyone should be familiar with is a lighter, all right? It's one flick and you have flame. Bic is by far my favorite lighter to use. You can get it wet, clear it out pretty well, and get a fire going very quickly with it, all right? So I absolutely recommend Bic, all right? They're not too expensive. I would not recommend like the dollar store lighters where you can adjust the flame and stuff like that. Those, the ferrocerium rod that is actually used to create the spark, I feel is a little cheap, and so it like disintegrates very quickly in water, all right? But we have a lighter. This should be the first stop in everybody's fire kit, all right? It's cool to have the ferrocerium rod and all that stuff, and I'll get into that, but this is by far my personal favorite as a number one go-to for your fire kit to start, all right? Next easiest thing, but takes a little bit of work, is a ferrocerium rod, all right? This is the small one that I carry in a kit, and this one all right, like I say, it comes with a black coating on it. Just take it, clear it out a little bit, but this throws sparks, all right? So you put your tinder ignition source down at the base and you run a good bed of sparks towards it. Hopefully it catches within the first couple. Otherwise, it discourages you very quickly. But ferrocerium rod is an inexpensive item to be purchased, all right? It is a lot easier than most people think to get the hang of, but it's all about positioning, all right? The next thing that I want to talk about is a little bit more old school, all right? The flint and steel, all right? Let's see if we can get some sparks captured. There we go. So what you're doing is you're taking your high carbon steel, striking across this piece of flint, and you're going to be using a piece of char cloth to catch that spark and then pass it on to your bed of tinder and stuff that you're ready to start your fire with, all right? So with those things said, each kit can be built with all three, 1, 2, or you can just double up on lighters kind of deal, all right? Fire, I think, is a underutilized skill, and I think more people should be highly intelligent to what it takes to actually get a fire and keep a fire going, all right? I like all kinds of ways of making fire because the more I know about making a fire, the easier my life has to be because I don't have to carry as many things. So I can go out there, make a bow drill, rub 2 sticks together and just do straight up old school friction fire like Tom Hanks did, right? But with that being said, getting out there and practicing with that skill is the most important thing. It's like anything else out there, all right? Whether it's firearms, chopping wood, practice gets you better. It shows you what your flaws are, the things that you need to change about your kit, all kinds of things like that, all right? And don't just go on a happy sunny day. Let's get out there and do it during times where like it would be the worst conditions to ever try and get a fire going, whether that be a blizzard, a tsunami, like anything that makes your life harder when trying to build a fire, get out there and do it in, all right? So I want to demonstrate a couple of these things, and we're going to start with the flint and steel, all right? So we're going to take our char cloth, right? So all it is an old t-shirt, and I got some ready to go here that I haven't made into char yet, but just old cotton t-shirt, 100% cotton. Don't use anything else other than 100% cotton, all right? Put it in a tin, punch a hole in the top of it, all right? And it'll work great, all right? Then you'll be left with this, all right? It's very delicate and somewhat of a pain in the butt, all right? So just understand that. So take and put it on your flint where you're casting those sparks from, all right? And you're trying to get that ember caught. All right, so that is what we do with our char cloth. All right, now this would be my bird's nest of material. We put it in there and we give it the blows and blows and blows until that bird's nest ignites. All right, and now we have the beginning of our fire. Now we're trying to put on our smaller kindling items that are dry. All right. We can use the wet stuff later, but let's build a good fire to begin with, all right? Keep that wet stuff and damp stuff to the side, all right? Let the fire get big, build up some heat, and start drying that material out, all right? You can scoot it closer to the fire to be able to make that happen a little bit easier for you. But, yeah, friggin' that's the easy thing about char cloth and flint and steel. Now, I've put this out, and I'm going to demonstrate using the ferrocerium rod how you can use the same concept with the char cloth using the ferrocerium rod, all right? So let me reposition this camera real quick. All right, so we have this, all right? What I don't want to do is throw the knife down at this and possibly knock all this stuff away, right? So what we want to do is we want to position, what I like to do, all right, is position my hand in its final resting place, all right, where I want these sparks to go, all right? And as you can see, you're able to throw it down in there. Don't want to get it out of the tray. But yeah, see? Very simple. Same premise. That char cloth is catching a spark off this or catching a spark off this, all right? Now, we see what the char cloth can do for us, right? Now, we don't have char, but we have cotton or we have our jeans, all right? All right, so we got a little bit of cotton, all right, scruffed up with the knife. Don't tell the wife. And same premise, all right, as a cotton ball, but it burns out a little bit quicker than this. So if you ever have to use your pants in order to be able to create a cotton ball, make sure that you have a good amount of it and that you're ready with all your other components, all right? But just to show you a little piece of cotton, right? We will demonstrate what it is to catch cotton. Now, with cotton, you need to get it a little bit broken up and loose, all right? You need more surface area to catch the sparks sometimes, but spread that out a bit more. All right, well, maybe you can't do cotton with it, but you can do cotton. There we go. All right, so may take a little bit. The bigger the piece of cotton, the easier it is. I will say that. All right, but the principle still remains the same. All right, and you can see I've been doing this for a while. I've never actually tried on a piece of flint and steel with cotton before, but what you can see is that even with me practicing this, it does take a little bit of energy and patience, because not always does fire and the way it works want to cooperate. All right, so I hope you like this video. All right, like I said, I hope you like this video, and I hope it gives you an idea as to what it takes to start a fire. All right, both mind and in practice. It can be discouraging a lot in the beginning. All right, don't let it get to you. All right, don't let the fire win. All right, so I hope you go out there, do this all the time, have fun with it. All right, build your skills. Let me know what other items you guys use, whether it's a magnifying glass or anything like that, batteries, all the cool tricks out there. Show me what you guys got, and like I said, have fun. All right, y'all have a good one. God bless. See you in the next video.